There are ways you send out your application letters that actually get you the job, and there are ways you send out your application letters that will not get you the job. Now, if you check the description box of this video, there is a link below, and in that link, I gave out a free template where I wrote 50 winning job application template styles, right? So each of these template styles are editable, and it is for all creatives, which you can just tweak to your own particular niche, right? So this video, I'm just going to be teaching you how to customize each application letter. Now remember, I said this application letter is for any role, for any creative role, right? If you check the description box below this video, there is a link to where I give out 50 winning job application templates for every kind of creatives. Now I'm going to be teaching you how to customize this template for your own use. Now I want you to note that this guide I'll be sharing applies to all the 50 templates, and you don't need to rewrite everything. You just need to customize it strategically, right? So step one, I want you to understand what your employers actually want. Do you understand? Understand what your employers actually want. Most employers, they scan the first 3 to 5 lines. Most of them, they look for clarity, confidence, and relevance. Most of them, they want to know, can this person solve my problem? So customization is about alignment and not decorating your application letter, right? So step two is, when you look at the template, you have to replace placeholders correctly, not carelessly. Like every template that I dropped out, they have things like role, company, skill, project, and result. Please do not send it like that. Don't say I'm applying for the creative role at your company. No, the right way is, I'm applying for the senior graphic designer role at so agency. Mention the name of their company. Don't write I'm applying for the creative role at your company. That is a wrong way. You're not that means it's just looking like you've sent this application letter to different persons. It was not specifically made for them. Because if it was specifically made for them, you will have made research and know who you're sending to, the company and the role you're actually applying for. So when you say I'm applying for the creative role at your company, it's sounding generic. Yes, it is sounding generic. So you need to specify and niche it down to who you're applying to. I'm applying for the junior graphic designer role at, let's say, Bright Media Agency, blah, blah, blah. So always replace the placeholders with specific and real information. Yes, replace it with specific and real information. I want you to understand that not every template fits the job role, fits every job role. So you have to, let me give you this quick guide. Now, if the job is corporate, remote, international, use templates 11, 21, 22, and 31. If the job is a creative agency, that is a fast paced creative agency, use templates 23, 26, and 34. If the job is an entry level or junior, use templates 6 and 12. If the job is a freelance or full time, use templates 32. If the job is a senior role or a leadership role, use templates 33, 41, and 42. If the job is design every roles, use template 2, template 28, and template 32. If the job is a writing, script, content roles, use template 1, template 3, template 30, and template 45. So just use the template that already matches the employer's mindset, right? Number four is customize the opening paragraph, and that is the most important thing you want to do. You want to customize the opening paragraph. Now, the first paragraph should mention the exact role. One, mention the exact role. It should signal confidence, and it should show thinking and not desperation. Yes, it should show thinking and not desperation. Example: you're not going to write, I'm writing to apply for the role at the position of, no, the best way you're going to write is, I'm writing to apply for the content writer position at Pulse Digital with a strong interest in creating content that educates, engages, and converts audiences. Can you see the shift? There are some people, I see some letters. Yeah, there was time I was looking for, I was looking to hire, and a lot of people were sending me application letter, and I was seeing, I want to apply for the role at the position of your company. No. Always niche it down. I think I said that before. Always add one sentence also that shows why you're fit. Yes, always add one sentence. Like what I said here, with a strong interest in creating content that educates, engages, and converts audiences. Right? That is one sentence that shows why I am fit. Right? Beautiful. Step 5, you have to customize the experience section with one strong example. You don't need your life story on your job application. No. I want you to use this formula: what you did, how you did it, and the results. Right? So, like in my work on this project, so project, mention the project, I was responsible for so tasks, which resulted in so outcome. There should be there should be that experience section with one strong example, right? So for beginners, you might not have that experience, but it's better to write, I've developed my skills through personal and practice projects, passion projects, such as project where I focused on skill, right? So I want you to know that one strong example will beat five weak examples. Yes. So make sure you have a strong example in your experience section. Now, step 6 is adapt the language to your creative field. For graphic designers, use words like visual clarity, brand consistency, layout, typography, user experience, right? For video editors, use words like story flow, pacing, engagements, transitions, and narrative. For writers, script writers, use words like tone, clarity, storytelling, audience connection, right? So use industry language so that the employers can feel that this person is one of us. You're not distant, you're one of us, right? For step 7, I want you to adjust the confidence level, and this is very, very important. If you're an entry level creative, remove the overly bold claims, right? Emphasize on learning, discipline, and growth, right? If you're a mid level creative, emphasize on results, reliability, and collaboration. Perfect. If you're a senior creative, emphasize on strategy, leadership, and long term value. Beautiful. So I want you to sound confident and not arrogant, because your employers can smell all of these things, right? Sound capable also and not sound desperate. Beautiful. Now let's move on to step 8. Now, step 8, I want you to personalize one sentence about the company. And this alone can separate you from 90% of the applicants. Yes. Now, this is an example. I'm particularly interested in mention name of the company because of your work on projects, industry, a particular style that they have, right? And you can find this from their website, you can find it from their Instagram, you can find it from their job descriptions also, yeah. And one sentence is enough. Do not overdo it. One sentence is enough. Now, step 9, keep the closing professional and calm. I want you to avoid, I really, really hope, I will be so grateful. You're not begging. You are not begging. You have something to offer that they are going to pay you for. You are not begging. So just use words like, I would welcome the opportunity to contribute my skills to your team. Do not beg. Do not beg. You're not begging for the job. You are fit. That is why you are applying, right? So do not beg, because when they can smell it when you're begging, and it even appears in your words. Do you understand? Confidence will beat begging. A confident designer will get the job more than a designer that's begging for the job. Do not beg for the job. Do not beg for the job. So I wanted you to do, after you've done all of this, you have to do the final checklist before sending. So before you submit that, ask, is the role name correct? Please. There are some designers I see there, they write on their job application, I pay attention to details, but in their job application, there are spelling errors. How do you say you pay attention to details when on your job application there are spelling errors? You do not even get the company name well. You didn't get the position that you're applying for well. Somebody will say, I want to apply for the position of a graphics designer. No, it's called graphic designer. There's no S in the graphics. So when you say you pay attention to details, make sure you are truly paying attention to details and not skipping anything. So you have to do a rundown checklist of what you're sending after you finish writing your job application letter using these templates. Also check, is the role name correct, is the company's name correct, does it sound like human and not AI? This is very important. That is why I decided to write that myself. I wrote the templates myself so as to sound human and not AI. Yes, because most of these employers, they can smell when a job application is written with AI. They can smell it. So ask yourself, is this thing human? Does it communicate to human? Does it sound like a human and not AI? That is one question you should also ask. Is it one page or less? And did I customize at least 30 to 40% of it? If your answer is yes, you can send it. You can send it and just get ready to hit that job. Make sure your portfolio is also great. I'm going to be doing a video on how to um, create the standard portfolio. So do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you in my next video. My name is Miracle Edet Okon and I am a brand identity designer. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you. Bye guys.